What is up, PG Nation? I'm Ben and welcome to my top 10 online card games on Android and iOS of 2022. And while I have you here, please do subscribe. I know that most of you are watching my videos are not subscribed yet, and I would definitely appreciate it if you did. And if you do, you get your comment on screen like right now. Don't forget to drop a like and let's jump right in. Number 10. Hearthstone. Hearthstone is one of the most popular card games around. You'll build a deck of characters from the World of Warcraft universe before challenging live players to duel. There are multiple game modes, but the original offers a straightforward premise. Reduce your opponent's health pool to 0 before they do the same to you. The 1v1 game comes with hundreds of cards so that you can build some truly unique decks with a colossal amount of cards available, and with new expansions released regularly. It can seem a little overwhelming to new players, but there are plenty of PvE game modes to practice with, so you can pick up the fundamentals in no time. Hearthstone is great if you want an easy to learn but hard to master game that will occupy your mind and sometimes even your wallet for weeks on end. Number 9. Star Realms. Marrying the level of expansion and customization of a TCG with the bite-sized, crunchy decision-making of a deck builder, Star Realms is a wonderful little card game. Its combat elements and faction-specific combos make for a serious nostalgia trip for those looking to revisit memory lane without first collecting, collating, and crafting a custom deck just for the occasion. Star Realms' many expansions, rapid-fire gameplay, and clear iconography make it a compelling addition to the mobile card game enthusiast roster. Number 8. Midgard. Midgard is a collectible card game packed with lore. With its cyberpunk settings, the card battler presents a unique twist to the formula with its mana burn system, which in short, lets you get rid of cards in exchange for mana gems of a certain color. This adds a greater strategic layer that most other CCGs just don't have. More onto the gameplay, Midgard is fast-paced, tactical, and there are many different ways to take on the game, aka finding the best strategy that suits your playstyle. The board is also more expensive than most, with 7 lanes to outsmart your opponents by playing creatures, spells, and enchantments. There's also a story in the form of a campaign mode if that's something you're into. Last but not least, you can play solo against an opponent or with a friend against 2 in its 2v2 battles. Number 7. Shadowverse. Shadowverse is a challenging CCG game with gorgeous anime design and a massive online community, who happens to be constantly around so that you never run out of opponents to battle online. But if you don't want to take on the community, there is a story mode which features beautiful voice acting, a bunch of different character classes with their own paradigms and special cards to master, and thousands of cards that you can collect and learn how to properly use. It's a massive game that obviously had a lot of work put into it, and even more, Shadowverse is free to play friendly, lots of in-battle interactions, and a good selection of pre-made decks that teaches you how to play the meta completely free of charge. Number 6. Legends of Runeterra. Legends of Runeterra was developed along similar lines as Magic the Gathering, but with a lower barrier to entry. The disadvantage to games like Hearthstone and Magic is that it's challenging to progress without buying extra card packs. Legends of Runeterra goes around that by placing a limit on how many cards you can purchase a week, while rewarding players with cards based on how much they play. You can also craft the cards you want so you won't get frustrated about missing out on a vital card. While Legends of Runeterra's gameplay isn't that innovative, a unique attack, defense mechanic, and accessible gameplay mean this is an ideal game for those frustrated with the more popular collectible card games. Number 5. Cards, the Universe, and Everything, aka Q. Q is an electric card battle game from the UK developer Avid Games, and the game appeals to those of us who never really bothered with card games, because not everyone is into wizards and Pokemon. The cards here represents anything from a Tiger Salamander to a Boss Aldrin. The casual and weekly league is where you will be putting your skills against the world, but also expect to spend maybe more time building and tweaking decks, trading cards, or crafting new ones. Another thing I really like about Q is that every single card has some info on the back of it, and these facts are delivered in a light and funny way, making this one of its star features. Plus, it's loads of fun, so I highly recommend this one. Number 4. Magic the Gathering Arena. Magic the Gathering Arena is a direct adaptation of the physical trading card game. You battle real-time players using the spells, monsters, and tools at your disposal. Defeating your opponents requires careful thought and strategy in order to outwit them and reduce their health pool to 0. It might seem complicated at first, but a series of tutorials will quickly get you up to speed. Whether you're a fan of the original TCG or just want a new card battler to play, Magic the Gathering Arena should satisfy. There are plenty of game modes to try out, so you're bound to find something to enjoy. After all, the game hasn't been around for 29 years because nobody likes it. It stood the test of time, but just be prepared for a sharp learning curve. Number 3. Animation Throwdown. Fans of Family Guy, Futurama, and American Dad, this card game is for you. Animation Throwdown features a bunch of the adult animation series into a card game that has colorful visuals, goofy humor, and is sure to put a smile on your face. The game stands out with its combo system that adds a unique twist to the genre, as in, your cards will not only deal damage and protect your hero, they also have special abilities that come handy in battle. I also love the action combos that are hilarious, featuring some of the most memorable scenes from the shows. The cherry on top is that Animation Throwdown is a fair free-to-play game, so you don't need to reach into your wallet to progress, and the vivid visuals, along with the funny moments, makes it a fun for fans of card games and or the featured animated shows. Number 2. Gwent, the Witcher card game. Like Hearthstone, Gwent is a PvP card battler, but that's about where the similarities end. This is a game adapted from the minigame in The Witcher 3, where Gwent's gameplay simulates massive battles instead of private duels. Each game is split into 3 rounds, and players win by scoring more points than their opponents. But cards are not replenished between rounds. Deplete your deck to win the first, and you may struggle in the second and third rounds. Gwent is a complex game that takes some time to wrap your head around. However, persevere and you will find yourself lost in this beautiful and challenging card game. Number 1. Marvel Snap. There's no doubt that the Play Stores are packed with online collectible card games, and while I had my reservations when starting Marvel Snap, not to be a cash cow of Marvel fans, those quickly faded, and this just might be the best card game I ever played. Marvel Snap has no overwhelming stacks of cards or OP combos or pay-to-win mechanics. Instead, this is an easy-to-learn, super intense, fast-paced game that's very hard to put down and is by no means a clone of Hearthstone. The tutorial is short and sweet, the deck building a breeze, and you're thrown very quickly into your first PvP match, which can catch some of you off guard, as it was in my case, but I started a streak of wins in no time. In short, Marvel Snap is a must-play whether you're a Marvel fan or not. And that sums up my picks for the best online card games on mobile to play in 2022. But now I want to hear from you in the comments. What is your top CCG TCG game pick? Of course, as always, if you enjoyed this video, clicking the like button does help me out a lot, and I would really appreciate that. And if you're new, consider subscribing because I put out new videos like this every week. Also, a special thanks to my YouTube members, and if you want to support my content as well and get some cool rewards, links are down in the description. You can also show some love to this video with a super thanks. Once again, I'm Ben, thank you Nation for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here on Android GameSpot. Stay epic!